everyone, I'm Sherry and you're watching Lessons Learned. Okay, so here we go with our project for National Quilting Day, and hopefully I'll get this done today and we'll have a completed project at the end of the day, whenever that may be. It may be 11:59 p.m., but we'll see. I'm using a pattern from Simple Style Easy Weekend Quilts by Sarah Diepersloot, and I'm basically just going to kind of copy this pattern a little bit. This is a 9 block with some large sashing, but I'm just going to do 3 of these, and I believe on the pattern it's calling for the blocks to be 5.5, I think, but I'm going to use this charm pack, Hidden Cottage Minky Kim by Raleigh Blake Designs. And I think if I do all 3 of these, there's 9 in each, that will be my 27 blocks, and there are 42 in here, so I'll be using half of this even. So I won't even be using the whole thing. So let's get started and get some cutting done. And then also, as far as the pattern goes, I'm going to use this dark fabric for the tiny sashing in between, which I'm going to cut at 1.5, which will end up finishing at 1. And then the little red cornerstones, I don't know if you can see those, I'll try to get close. The little red cornerstones between the blocks and at the end of the sashing will be 1.5 inch squares. So I'll probably be putting the dark strips on the sides first, and then I'll pre-make the top and bottom with the cornerstones and then add those. Seems pretty simple. I think I can do this. First I'm going to iron this fabric out because I've got to cut it. And then this is from Liberty, the Artist Home Collection Juneberry. And I'm not sure if this one has enough selvage on it. Let me see. No, it doesn't. But I think it'll go well with this color palette here. There's some little dark blueberry looking things there. And then of course the peach is throughout this as well. So it should be cute. So first of all, I think I'm going to cut some long strips off of this, and then cut my cornerstones out after that. So these will be 1.5. I'm going to go ahead. I think this is pretty straight. I'm just going to go with it. Time is of the essence here, right? Might be cutting a few corners here and there. I think that's all I'm going to cut of those for right now. I need 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 times 12 is 48. 48 1.5 inch squares. Go ahead and cut those into the squares. And that way I'll have them ready. You might ask, why do I always fold my fabric before I cut it? I don't know, I've just kind of always done that. It saves time. And you don't have to span as far of a distance with your long ruler that way, and less likely for the ruler to slide. Let me get a smaller ruler for this. Cut these selvages off. Okay, 1.5. Let's see, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That might be enough. Let's just stop right there. Okay, so now let's pick out of here what we want to sew together. So we have to stick this here so we can kind of see what's going to go. Let's put a couple of our dots on here too, or our little cornerstones, just to kind of see what that's going to look like. So there's 2 of each on here, looks like. So what that's going to mean is I won't have any repeats of anything throughout the entire 27. That's cool. Look at that one. It has geese and bunny rabbits and mushrooms on it. Cute. Okay, so from here on out, I probably could go on and just make my stacks. I'm just going to separate these. There's 2 of each, so I'm gonna get me a stack of singles. Look at that one. Is that black? Black or dark green? It's kind of hard to tell. I may have to randomize these a little bit more, because this looks like the yellow, gold, orange, and then this next group looks like green, so I may have to mix them up a little more. Here's a darker pink one. This is nice and springy. So let's see, let's take out this. And put something bolder. Maybe this. And then maybe we'll take this green one and put here. I'm going to get these out of the way because I don't want doubles. Alright, and then let's see, what else dark do we have? Probably want one dark one in each. So I think that's kind of what we have here. I might put this one in here because I don't want 2 that have the bunnies and the geese in it. I have one of those. I have one of that color. Okay, so that should get me started. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is chain stitch these onto this. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the machine and I'm going to start. I'm going to leave it just a tiny, probably not any extra to start. And then I'm going to chain stitch on the others. And what my goal is I'm going to cut these. Hope you can see this. I'm going to cut these once I chain stitch them on here. And my end result, my first end result will be, let me show you with this lighter one. It'll be to cut these off and have 5 inches of sashing on each side. And then once I get all the sides sashed of each big block, then I'll start to be able to put on my longer top sashing. And I'll pre-make these to fit each block. Okay, so then like on this side I'll have this. Let me show you. Hopefully you can see this, what I'm doing. So see, you'll have this, all right? And on the top and bottom, you'll have this set, okay? So probably what's going to happen is I'm going to make my first set like this and put on top of this block. But then the next one will just be this much. I'm not sure. Either way, I know I need to do these first. So let's go with that and try to get started here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, you could do this with your rotary cutter, or you could just do this. Since this isn't very wide, it's not very likely you're going to mess it up. So just trim off the excess between. See how I piece those together? Tried to get this one close because it looked like I had about a, yeah, I have another 5-inch strip I could save if I need it. Because I don't really know how much I'm going to need for these until I start doing them. Okay. Okay, so I think this one was up here, and this one here, and this one here. So I'm going to iron I used a 1/4-inch foot on my machine, a regular straight stitch, and just a cream colored thread. So there we go, getting started here. So now what I need to do is go to the, either I can go to the other side and go ahead and put it on this one, or I can put it on this one. Either way, it's going to have to join eventually. So let's see. Let me try another one of those. I think I'm going to go ahead and iron these. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the same thing on these three. Let's be consistent. Okay, so I went ahead and I'm going to move this up here. Went ahead and ironed those as well, but I'm going to go ahead and cut them apart. These scissors I have over here, you saw me cutting threads with them. I cut everything with these. Since we're just crafting, I'm not going to worry about getting my good scissors out to cut the fabric. Not much cutting going on with this. Not much hand cutting going on with this. So I'm just going to grab the scissors that are here. Just make sure you have a good eye for straight. If you don't, then get your cutter out and your ruler if you don't trust yourself. Okay, so now let's do these three. I wonder if I should put that there, or here. Yeah, I think that would look better. Let's do this. And another strip. I'll show you here doing it with a rotary cutter. Just line that up, cut it off. All right, so there's that. Now we can put this to this, this to this, this to this. Let's do those first. Okay, so now we need to take these and put to this one. Well, actually, I think, yeah, let's do that. Okay, there's this one, nope, this one, and this one. So let's go ahead and get our strip on the outside here. Let me see, do I have 3 of those little ones left? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's use them. Okay, so there we go. Now, we've got all our sides done. Now we have to do our insides with the cornerstones. Cornerstones make me nervous, and the reason being is it's hard to line them up here, especially if you make the whole strip first. Okay. Okay, this may be a really fussy way to do it, but I feel good about them lining up. Okay. I'm sure in the book there's instructions on how to do this the easy way in long strips all the time, and that's what I'm doing, but I want them to match up good, so I'm going to do each one of these individually in such a way that I know that that is going to be in the exact spot, because when they get like this, it makes me want to give up, and I ain't giving up today. Okay, last one. First ripping out of the day was putting that on wrong. No, it's supposed to be this side like this, not like that. Switch the way I had it. Duh. So it needs to be right there. Okay, there we go. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put this together and let you see that. And then I'll turn the camera off for a while to get this one done, and the bottom one and the top one. And when I come back, I'll have all that done for you to see. And we'll proceed to the next 2 blocks. Okay, I'm fairly happy with that. I feel like everything is close. A lot closer than it would have been had I just made this strip by measuring. I kind of like the idea of just placing it and sewing it. It's a little tedious, but it's going to be more accurate in the end. So it's turning out cute. Got 3 more of these to do, but first I still, like I said, I have to do this one, and this one, just like this. And then I have 2 more whole blocks to do. So I'm going to turn the camera off so you don't have to watch all of that repetitive stuff. Okay, I'm done with the top. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's not the same size as what I said, right? I was supposed to have 1, 2, and then another one, a third one of 9. But here's what happened. I ran out. I saw that I was going to run out of this blue. So I stopped at 2 blocks. And besides that, my dog is whining. This, I don't have enough of this for the binding, which is the keystones. It's just, it was just a fat quarter. So I was measuring, and this is not enough for binding unless I made a really skimpy binding. So I'm not going to use this. So I had another idea since I went a little smaller here. And this is still pretty good size. It's, hold on, 34 by, let me see, 30, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, almost 18. So that's a good size for a table topper, table runner. I like the lattice effect, don't you? And so if I had done 3, it was actually calling for 2 of these or a different kind of a strip in between the 3. So I just ran them all together instead of doing making it look like 2 separate. So I like that better anyway. So there's the top finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something totally different for the back. I'm going to do, well, first of all, here's my what I'm going to use for my binding. I have plenty of this. Let me show you so you can get a good idea. I have a lot of this aqua color in the blocks scattered out. So I'm going to use this. This is a little cream on aqua design. And I'll show you up close, but that's going to be my binding. Let me show you up close what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like a paisley, old-fashioned looking cream on aqua. Yeah, it's paisley. And then for the back, whoops, I'm hooked on something. I'm going to do this, which doesn't really match the front, but it's going to make a reversible effect. You don't see both sides at the same time anyway. So see that butterfly with the aqua? And so this has got a lot going on. It's got musical notes. It's got, I think those are peonies or roses, I'm not sure. But see that? That's going to be my back with the aqua. So the aqua butterfly and the aqua binding is going to coordinate. So yeah, all of these colors are kind of in this too, but it'll just make a really cheerful back for this, and it'll be reversible. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now. I'm going to cut out my back to match the size of this plus a little so that I can quilt it. And then I'm going to cut strips out of this for my binding. And I need to find a piece of batting that'll fit as well. So I'll do that off camera and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so I've spray basted my 3 layers together, the backing, the batting, and the top with spray baste. And I'm going to throw a few pins in as well. Let me see if I can show you a pin. These are curved a little bit specifically for quilting. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to do some straight line quilting down this way and then down this way, like I did on the wall hanging that you saw on Friday. So to do that, I think I will start here in the middle away from that line, trying to decide if I should just wing it on the quilting or should I use a friction pin and a ruler and draw straight lines. It's just from here to here. I think I can manage it without marking. Like I said, I got a decent eye for straight, so we shall see what I do. Okay, now I have all my quilting done, my machine quilting. Just did a little crosshatch pattern across there. I could have done more probably to make it more quilty, but this is plenty to keep it in place and not be too busy. The pattern itself is kind of busy on the fabric, so did want to get a whole lot of fancy dancy quilting on there, although there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to trim this up now, and then I'm going to cut my strips for my binding, put my binding together, and then put my binding on. Well, it's finished. Completely finished. I even hand sewed the back of the binding on. So there you go. I started approximately at 10:30 this morning. I'm not a morning person, and so that's when I finally got myself together enough to come and sew. So it's 4:30 right now. I took a couple of breaks. I didn't rush at all. I figured even if I had to go to midnight, I could still, try to go at a reasonable pace and be able to get it done. But I didn't hurry at all. And yes, it is shorter than we originally planned. I was going to have that third section like this. And if I had done that, that would have maybe added a couple hours onto it with the extra binding and quilting and all, and matching up the cornerstones and all that. Cornerstones, yeah. So this was fun. It was easy. Probably the hardest part was the matching up the cornerstones, because I took a lot of time in doing that to get it to where they would look all even. They're not perfect, 100% perfect, but they're not out of kilter. They're in their place, and it looks right. Here's the back side. It is a little bit of a directional fabric, so I don't know. I was kind of hoping it would come out as an all-over print, but I don't know, if you set something on there, you probably wouldn't notice the directions of it. So, but there you go, all finished. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the excitement of me trying to get a complete project done in one day for National Quilting Day. And I'm sure there's going to be some more quilters out there with videos of their projects as well, so you can find those. And until next time, go sew something. See you later. Bye.